and cash? Does that
Yes,
sound
I
right?
did. Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Scott. Once you deposited a portion of the check at the bank, cashed the remainder, what did you do next?
Nick and I drove down Provo Canyon, touching bases with Robbie. He said it was taking longer than he thought, so Nick and I went out to a couple of thrift stores.
Where did you go to thrift stores?
In Orem County.
And you said you were texting with Robbie Crozier as you were driving again down through Provo Canyon and as you were in Orem
Same
County?
routine.
Same routine.
Yes.
Were you also texting with Kouri Richins?
Yes, I was.
Did, like before, you meet up with Robert Crozier at that same Maverick and Draper?
Same Maverick off 126, yes.
What happened when you met up with him?
Same routine, but a little bit different. We waited there for a minute. He left for 20 minutes, came back, and said he couldn't get his friend to answer the door if we wanted to follow him. So we followed him down the road to a couple of townhouses or duplexes. I didn't go to the door with him. We parked down the street where we could see what complex he walked into. And then we waited there about 20 minutes to a half hour. And I kept texting him, like, hey, this is taking too long. It's too late. I don't like sitting out here. Just wrap it up. Let's go. And then he texts back. He's like, no, I got my friend. He was asleep. I finally woke him up.
Okay, had you already given Robert Crozier money before he went into the townhouse?
Yes,
How much?
the 1,000. Well, no, it was only 900 because Nick got 3. I put 3 in my check and my bank account, and Nick got 3, and then he got the remaining balance.
You know that math does not add up.
Sorry, hold on. Yeah, I put 3 in my account. Nick got 3, so Robbie got the remaining balance.
You got the rest.
Yes,
Can we call that 700?
yes,
Okay.
yes. Sorry, I had to count on my fingers. I'm like, yes.
When Robert Crozier came back out of the townhouse, did he have anything with him?
Yes, he did.
What did he have with him?
A clear little baggie with 15 to 20 pills in it.
Same kind of clear little baggie as before?
Yes,
Were the pills round,
yes,
just like before?
yes.
What was the color?
A little darker blue.
What did you do once you received the pills from Robert Crozier?
Left.
Where did you go?
Back up Provo Canyon with Nick. Nick had dropped me off. It was late. So Nick had dropped me off. Nick went home. I went into my house. Texted Kouri. Told her I have him. What does she want me to do with him? And then same routine back to the Midway house.
Did you text with Kouri Richins back up through the Provo Canyon
Yes,
towards Heber?
yes,
And then you ultimately left those pills at the Midway house?
yes. In the closet, on the right up above. Like you walk in the kitchen and there was a door, put on top of the closet.
Was that the same closet where you had previously gotten money from?
Yes,
After that, did you ever have any additional drug deals with Robert Crozier?
no, I did not.
Have you ever been back to that Maverick in Draper?
No, I have not.
So am I right that the only 3 times you dealt drugs with Crozier were the 3 that you just testified?
Yes,
And the only 3 times you've been at that Draper Maverick were the 3 times to which you just testified?
yes.
Did Mr. Crozier continue to hit you up for more drug deals?
Later on, he did. He said that his buddy had some more, and if my friend needed any more.
When he told you that, what did you do?
I reached out to Kouri and told her, hey, my friend said that his buddy has more if your friend needed anything.
How did Kouri Richins respond?
She said no, her investor had left town.
Thank you, ma'am. I do not have any further questions for you at the moment, but I'm sure defense counsel will, okay?
Okay.
Good afternoon, Ms. Lauber. Let me turn on my mic.
You just tapped it.
Does that work?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, Ms. Lauber.
Good afternoon.
My name is Wendy Lewis. I am one of Ms. Richins' attorneys. I'm going to hand you some binders. We're going to go old school here.
Oh my gosh.
These are
Yeah, I don't know who's what it is.
okay.
You can put it over here.
I'm going to ask you to refer
I
to
just don't
these
like
as
this
we
bit.
talk. These are the transcripts of the interviews that you did in April and May of 2023. All right, and just to help you out here, take a look. Here's the first two interviews, and we're tabbed here, interview 1 with the date, interview 2. All right,
Okay.
this is interview, we've got the dates, March 3rd and 4th.
Okay.
This is separate. This is the interview from March 10th. If you want to just set that aside
Yeah.
till we get to that. And then your last two interviews, 13th and 14th, are right here.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to be referring to that.
Well, that's a lot.
All right, so according to your testimony that you just gave, when you were arrested in April of 2023, between April of 23 and May of 23, you had 7 interviews with, it was Detective O'Driscoll and Detective Maynard, and then there were some other people too, but those were the 2 main ones, correct?
Yes.
All right. So since that time, since the last interview that we have a transcript of, May 13th, 2023, how many times have you met with, we're going one at a time, how many times have you met with Detective O'Driscoll?
While I was incarcerated?
No, after you got out.
After? There was a couple of times.
Couple. Okay.
Yes.
So,
I mean, I'm not sure on the numbers. It was a while back.
in what circumstances did you meet with him?
They would come and they would check on my ankle monitor when I was on my ankle monitor. Sometimes I wasn't charging. Sometimes they'd swing by and ask me a couple questions,
Questions about the case?
just about my part.
Okay. So about the things you're testifying about?
Yes.
All right. And you say they, was that Detective O'Driscoll and Detective Maynard together?
Yes.
Did you always meet with them together, or did you sometimes meet with them separately?
No, they were always together.
Always together. And so they came to your house a couple. What, does a couple mean 2, or does a couple mean 5? Does a couple mean, what does that mean to you?
We can go out on a limb and say maybe 3 or 4 times.
3 to 4 times. And they would talk to you about your testimony during those visits sometimes?
Not really my testimony. They'd ask, if the question came up, like, okay, where was you at this time? Stuff like that.
Okay. Do you know if they recorded any of those conversations with you?
I do believe so. I'm not 100% sure.
You think they were recorded?
I'm not 100% sure.
All right. Did they call you on the telephone after you were released?
No, I kept in touch with them, with ankle monitor.
So you called them on the telephone?
No.
Oh,
I was
just-
just being tracked by ankle monitor with them.
All right. Did they drive you places?
They did when I was in jail. They drove
Right.
me sometimes up to this courthouse.
And, okay. And after you were out, did they drive you to Wasatch County Courthouse?
They did a couple of times when reporters were there.
All right. When you were in the car, did they have conversations with you?
No.
All right. What other people from Summit County Sheriff's Office, if any, besides Detective Maynard and Detective O'Driscoll, did you talk to?
Were there detectives?
Yes, were there any others?
No.
All right. Have you met with the prosecutors in this case, either Mr. Bloodworth or anyone else?
Yes, I have.
How many times?
There was the initial meeting when we first this case first came up here with Bloodworth, and then a couple times over the last couple weeks.
So when you met with them over the last couple of weeks, was that to go over your testimony?
Yes.
Did they practice your testimony with you in those meetings?
They kind of prepared me for what kind of, I don't know what the word I'm thinking of. They kind of prepared me a little bit of it.
Did they review your answers with you?
Pause for 1 second, Ms. Lewis, I apologize for the interruption. Hold the mic a little bit to your left. Yeah, you can move the blinders again.
Okay.
There you go. Now pull the mic more in front of you.
There.
Let's try that. I'm sorry, if you ask your
Sorry, go
last
ahead.
question one more
Did
time.
they review your answers with you?
Yes.
All right. So they reviewed with you when the drug buys happened, correct?
They would ask me the questions and I would answer.
Did they correct you if they thought you were, if they thought your answer was wrong?
Not really, no.
All right. Did they practice cross-examination with you?
Yes.
So they did we call it a mock cross. Someone pretended to cross-examine you, is that fair?
Yeah, they kind of just brought up how you were going to bring up my past, how I was going to feel.
Okay. That's all?
Yes.
All right. Did they tell you how to answer the questions that I might be asking you?
No.
They can give you any advice on how to answer the questions.
No.
Did they help you put the pieces together so you would remember what to testify to?
Actually, I'm the one that's asked, like, if I needed to know Robbie, I put in my phone, like, obviously it says Kouri Richins, Robbie, Nicole's friend, just stuff like that.
Wait a minute, I don't know if I understood your answer to my question. So my question was, did they help put the pieces together for you for your testimony, and what was your answer?
I said I'm the one that asked for pictures and stuff like that.
So you asked them to help put the pieces together for you.
I don't know if it was actually helping me put the pieces together. Kind of refresh my memory a little bit. It happened a long time ago.
That's true. This happened almost 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And your original interviews with detectives was almost 3 years ago.
Yes.
All right, we're going to get back to that. Who else have you spoken to about your testimony in this case?
Nobody.
Well, now,
When I was in jail, when I was
okay,
incarcerated,
and Jill, who did you speak to about that you were going to be cooperating?
there was O'Driscoll, Maynard, and I can't remember the lady that came from the feds, but I didn't really talk to her.
That would be Ms. Whistler.
I cannot remember her
Okay,
name.
well, we'll get back to that too. Would you talk to Nick Bond-Savage that you were cooperating in this case during the time you were in jail?
Yeah, he's one of my best friends.
Okay, so you told your best friend that you were cooperating.
Yes.
And you told your best friend, man, I don't even remember what happened. You got to help me out here, right?
Just in the part where, in the car, yes.
Okay. Because Nick was with you one of the times you met Robbie Crozier.
Yes.
And you had Nick help you remember that because you did not remember that. Specifically, you did not remember the dates, right?
I don't remember the dates exactly, no.
Okay. Today you remember the dates
Well, yeah.
because they were told to you.
But no, the more you think about it, the more it pops up.
Okay. All right. So the dates you couldn't remember 3 years ago, you thought you remember them now.
Yes.
All right. We'll get back to that. Ms. Crozier, do you have mental health diagnoses?
Do I what?
Any mental health diagnoses?
No.
Diagnoses? You're not diagnosed with any mental health problems?
No.
You're sure?
Yes.
What about anxiety?
Yeah.
Do you take medication for that?
Not so much anymore, no.
Okay. Are you on any medications today?
No.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about drug court. So in 2021, you were given the opportunity to participate in the Wasatch County Drug Court.
Yes.
All right. And that is an opportunity, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. And when you were allowed to go to drug court, you had been arrested for a number of felonies.
Yes.
It was, oh, let me grab some papers. I mean, you were arrested for how many first-degree felonies?
I'm not sure.
All right, well then give me a moment to find it. Here we go. Okay. 2 first-degree felonies, possession with intent to distribute a controlled substance. Is that right?
Yes.
A third-degree felony, possession or use of a controlled substance.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then a number of misdemeanors that all dealt with possession of controlled substances, paraphernalia, or driving under the influence.
Yes. Is that 2019?
Yes.
Yes, that was me and my exes. Yes.
All right. And that was the case that you were allowed to go to drug court on.
Yes.
All right. So you talked about this a little, but I just want to make sure everybody understands. And when you go to drug court, you get what is typically what you do is you get a plea in abeyance, right?
Yes.
So that means you plead guilty to all or some of the counts that you're charged with, correct?
Yes.
And then it's held. The court holds that plea. They don't put it on your record yet, right?
Correct.
And then if you successfully complete drug court, those will be dismissed. Correct?
Yes.
All right. So, and right now, I mean, you haven't been, we're going to talk more about this, but you haven't successfully finished drug court yet. True?
Yes, it's on pause.
Okay. But it sounds like you're doing really well
Yes.
and you're clean.
Yes.
And congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
I know you had a very difficult time for a very long time.
Yes.
And drug court's really hard, right?
It is, yes.
I mean, I was an
They,
attorney in
they
drug
expect a
court.
lot in the beginning.
It is. I was an attorney in drug court, so I have some familiarity. But you're expected to do a lot.
A lot, yeah.
You're expected to go to treatment. True?
Oh, yes, sorry. I thought you were going to continue. Sorry. Yes.
Sorry, I'll try to do better. You're expected, you get very regular UAs to make sure that you're clean.
Every day you call in, yes.
And then, so it's random. You call in every
It's,
day. And
yes,
then,
it's a random color number depending what phase you were in.
all right. And how many phases are there
5.
at Wasatch Drug Court? 5.
Yes.
All right. And so treatment, drug testing, do you have to work?
Yes.
Okay, so you have to be employed. You have to show up every week at first.
Yes, for your groups. So you had not only did you have one-on-one therapy, you also had attended groups Monday through Friday, depending what phase you were in as well. So you had 5 groups.
Okay.
You had therapy twice, 2 or 3 times a week with your one-on-one, depending what phase you were in.
All right. And you started your drug court program. It was in 2021.
9 of 2021, I believe.
You think it was September?
Yeah, I think. I do believe.
Well, let's take a look.
Or maybe that was my initial evaluation.
I think you might be right. Let's just. Okay. Sure, it looks like September of 2021. Now, is it fair to say that between September of 2021 and when you were arrested, which we're going to talk about, you talked a little bit with Mr. Bloodworth in April
Of 2026 or 22nd or something like that?
not quite.
I mean, no, I mean the date.
April
I mean the date. April
2023.
Yeah, 23.
You were arrested. You're right. I think it was April 26th or 7th.
That's
of
what it was,
2023.
yeah. Yes.
Okay. you were struggling in drug court, fair to say?
In the beginning, yes.
Well, that whole time, until you were, from September of 21 until your arrest in April of 23, you were struggling.
Not the whole time, no.
All right, well, let's take a look at that. So, do you recall that? Well, let me show you. I'm going to show you a document. It might be easier. Katie, do we have, it's Defense Exhibit 1007. Can you pull it up on the screen just for Ms. Lauber? And I don't think it has page numbers, but we can go by dates. So maybe pull it up starting from 9/22/21 for her to look at. Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, I'm like, I
All
better
right,
see that.
so let's look at, so each time you go to drug court, there's a little note entered in what we call the docket of the case,
Yeah.
right? About what happened in court that day.
Yes, it's the
Okay.
drug court team members' notes.
Understood. So, you started drug court September 15th, September 22nd, you missed your group therapy and your individual therapy. I mean, that's what came up at drug court. You were missing treatment,
Yes.
which is, in drug court, that's a problem, right? You're supposed to go to all your treatments.
Pause for a moment, Ms. Lewis.
Can you see that there?
Yes.
Okay. And you had to pay a $40 fee, or you had to pay for your mistreatment?
Yes, that's still in the beginning of when I entered drug court, yes.
Correct. So that'd be a sanction that you had to pay for that.
No, if you missed it, they considered that a waste of the therapist's time when somebody else could have took that spot.
All right, well, that's fair.
It was not a sanction, no.
Okay, so the next month, October 20th of 2021, a little lower on that page, you failed to appear at drug court.
I don't recall that one, but yes,
Is that what it says on the docket?
yes. Mhm.
And they issued a warrant.
Yes,
The next week, October 27th, you tested positive for benzos. Well, I'm going to rephrase that. You actually tested positive on October 10th, October 6th, October 8th, but it was at the 27th drug court hearing that those problems were addressed. That would be a more accurate statement of what happened, right?
yes, once again, still in the beginning of drug court.
That's right. And benzos would be drugs, I don't know, well, you tell me, do you know what benzos you were taking?
That was my Valium, I believe.
Valium, all right. And you were sanctioned, it says.
Yes.
All right. Now, you continued and through November to miss therapy, true? Look at November 3rd. It's okay. Take your time. Do you see it?
I don't know, you guys are moving them all over, so.
Would you ask the question again, Ms. Lewis?
I mean, I understand the question, but you're moving the paper like back and forth, or whoever it is.
Can you see the note from November 3rd, drug court?
I see 11/10 of 21. Okay, there you go.
Your Honor, I don't know if it'd be all right, but this might be faster if I could point it out to her. Would it be all right if I stood closer to the witness?
Of course.
Thank you. All right, let's see.
Ms. Lauper, just remember, when you answer the question, yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
All right, November 3rd, drug court, you missed therapy and received, oh, you didn't get a sanction yet, they waited.
Yes.
All right. And then November 17th, you came in and you'd missed your drug test that week. Missed a drug test, correct?
Okay, yeah.
So tell me, now in drug court, a missed test is considered the same as a positive test, right?
Yes, but some of those due to working with Doreen coming off the mountain or we're running behind.
Sure, that happens, but as a participant in drug court, you are expected to make all your drug tests.
Yes, unless you call ahead and say, I'm running behind from work, can I do it next day?
And
With
they
approval.
sometimes allow that, but it wouldn't show as a missed drug test if you had got permission.
It'll still come up as a missed test because
Wouldn't
you
it?
didn't go the day of.
It would, well, you got a sanction, so
Yes.
it was a missed test.
Yeah, so therefore, I mean, I went the next day, but still received a sanction for it.
It doesn't say that, but all right. You continued missing tests in 21 through February. You continued missing your drug tests. Right here, missed tests and treatment. Missed tests. You were sanctioned, correct?
Yes.
All right. All right. Now let's get, you got a negative drug test, it looks like in,
What's the year on that?
there, you got a negative drug test.
No, what's the year on these ones?
2020, oh, now we're moving into January of 22.
Okay, so what were the years on these ones?
I misspoke, I said February, it was December of 21.
Yes.
All right.
Still, once again, the beginning of drug court.
Okay, well, now it's January of 22. Okay. So you're missing drug tests. Then, on January 28th drug court, they said you had tested positive for methamphetamine.
Yes.
And you said, no, retest it, that's not true. I didn't use.
Yeah.
But then the next week, you came back and you said, well, actually, I did use. You don't need to retest it, I relapsed. Which happens.
Well, yes, working with active users, once again,
Yeah.
with the cleaning company, they were all still active users.
Well, but it was your choice to use.
Absolutely, but if you keep getting offered and offered, and as a drug addict, yes, obviously you're going to relapse. You're going
All
to
right.
fold.
And you lied about it.
Yes,
All right.
that's what addicts do when you're using,
That's true, addicts lie. All right.
active addicts.
And then in February, now we're getting into the time period at issue here. January, February, March of 2022. All right. So at this time, let's get the date here. February 9th, you missed your group. Your treatment, so you were sanctioned then, right?
Yes.
February 11th, you tested positive for amphetamines. Tested
Yes.
positive on February 11th.
Okay, yeah.
And again, you denied it.
Of course.
But that's the same day you said you were out buying drugs from Susan Kohler, right? February 11th, 2022.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
I was with Susan that day, yes.
So you're using.
Yes. Once again, when you're going to relapse when you're around active people, yes.
I understand. And let's see. As we move into March of 22, you tested positive for methamphetamine February 11th, March 1st, and March 3rd, and March 16th, correct?
I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I was there. It was from drug court notes, yes.
So if it's, I'm sorry, I didn't
No,
mean to
you're
like
good.
poke you with that.
You're fine.
So, well, if it's in there, it's accurate.
Yes.
All right, so this whole time that you say you remember purchasing drugs, all these text messages, you were high.
I'm sorry, what was that? Sorry.
This whole period of time that you just testified, that you say you remember all these texts and you remember all this information from March of 2022, you were high that whole time, February, March 22.
Not the whole time, no.
You were using very regularly.
Yes, well, yes.
Okay. Now, this continues all through.
Ms. Lewis, may we pause for a minute? May we take the document down so the witness is not distracted?
We may.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry about that. All right. So this continues, the missing drug tests, the positive tests. Sometimes you do well, other times you're doing poorly. Continues all the way up until your arrest of April of 2023.
Sorry, what was the question again?
The question was, we started talking about, we were talking about that you were using all through February and March of 22. And now I'm saying from February and March of 22 until your arrest of April of 23, you numerous times either missed drug tests, missed treatment, or sanctioned, tested positive. You had a lot of missteps between the beginning of drug court in 2021 until your arrest in April of 2023. Correct?
Yes.
All right. In fact, you were held back on phases.
Yes.
You were asked to restart phases.
Yes.
But you started doing a little better right before your arrest in April of 23. You were finally moved to phase 5. True?
Yes.
All right. And then you're arrested.
Yes.
And you are arrested for, well, first of all, there was, all right, well, let me do this in 2 parts. You were arrested for possession of marijuana, correct?
Actually, no, I was arrested for driving on a revoked, suspended license.
Okay, that's fair. You were originally pulled over and arrested for driving on a suspended license, and then there was an order to show cause issued in drug court,
Yes.
right? Now, an order to show cause is a little bit different than an official charge, right?
Yes.
So an order to show cause, can you pull that up, please, just for me and the witness? So an order to show cause, just so the jury can understand, is when you're in drug court or probation, on probation, and you're accused of committing a crime, they say, all right, these are the things you're accused of doing, and you need to come into drug court and explain what happened, and then we will make a decision as to whether you're going to remain in drug court, if you're going to be charged with these crimes officially, if you're going to get kicked out of drug court because you've got new charges. That's what an order to show cause is, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So you got an order to show cause, and it was for, I think that's in front of the screen. Does that look like what an order to show cause looks like?
Yes, it is.
And
Yes.
you recognize that as the order to show cause that was issued in May of 2020, well, I'm looking at the date. You were ordered to, April 26th, the day of your arrest. 2023.
Would you restate the question?
Is that the order of to show cause that was issued in your case in April of 2023?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I'd move to admit and to publish Defense Exhibit 1008.
Sure, Your Honor, no objection.
Okay, defendants 1008 is admitted, and we will publish it now.
All right. So that's just so the jury can see what that looks like. Now, if in drug court you're found to be in violation, you're found to have committed new crimes, what happens is your plea in abeyance goes away, and you are sentenced on your original 2 first-degree felonies and your 3rd-degree felony that you pled to, right?
Sorry, what was the question?
Okay.
Can we-
Trying to explain so they all understand how this works. If you were to go into drug court and the drug court found that you had in fact committed new crimes and violated drug court, then you could go back. Your plea in abeyance would no longer be in effect, and a plea of guilty would enter,
Your
correct?
plea in abeyance would be revoked.
Revoked. So you would be guilty of those crimes, and you would go back to your sentencing judge and be sentenced on your original 2 first-degree felonies and 1 3rd-degree felony.
Yes.
And in addition to that, you could be charged with the marijuana that was found in your house the day of your arrest, correct?
I wasn't aware of marijuana, but I guess if you have the paperwork.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that. I think you've just forgotten. And there was a firearm found in your home.
Yes, that was my roommate's son, yes.
And, well, possessing a firearm, whether it's yours or not,
Yes.
is a crime if you're a felon.
Yes.
A serious crime,
Yes.
potentially a federal crime.
Yes.
All right. So, we're going to get back to that, but I want to go now. So you're arrested on April 26th. You don't know yet about the firearm. You said you've forgotten about the marijuana, but you don't know about the firearm. You just know you were brought in on driving on a revoked license.
Yes.
The next day, Detective O'Driscoll and Detective Maynard show up to talk to you. April 27th, 2023.
I guess it was the next day, yeah.
All right. And at that time, you didn't know why they were there.
No, I had no idea.
But they told you, hey, we searched your place and we found a gun under your bed, correct?
Yes.
And they tell you your drug court is in jeopardy. You could be violated.
Yes.
And if you're violated, and you go back and be sentenced on your 2 first-degree felonies and your 3rd-degree felony, you are looking at 2 5 to life prison sentences and 1 0 to 5 prison sentence potentially.
Yes.
And the court could choose to run those consecutive, which means you do 5 to life, then you do a second 5 to life, and then you do your 0 to 5. That's a possibility.
Yes.
So you were potentially looking at a long sentence if you were violated in drug court.
Yes.
Can I just get a, I just want to not remember to go back to something. But in that very first meeting, Detective O'Driscoll and Detective Maynard say, hey, we're not here to jam you up, though. We want to talk to you.
I don't recall the exact words, but yes, they were there to talk to me.
And if those weren't the exact words, it was words to, we don't want you to get in more trouble. We want to talk to you. Words to that effect?
Yes.
All right. And that's when they tell you that they think Kouri Richins poisoned her husband, Eric Richins, and they think that she killed him.
I don't think that was their exact words.
All right, well, I'm not necessarily using their exact words, but they give you that information.
Yes.
All right. And that he died of a fentanyl overdose.
Yes, they did inform me that he died of an overdose.
And that was the first time you'd heard that. True?
From the officer, yes.
Well, from anyone, that he died of an overdose.
No. One of Doreen's workers were driving down the road. It was Nancy. She had yelled out the window. She's like, Eric died of an overdose. And that's when I had made the phone call to Kouri asking if, please tell me those weren't for him.
Okay. You never told the officers that story, did you?
Not till later, I don't think.
Well, not in these 7 interviews, correct?
Yeah, correct.
All right. In fact, what you tell them is you don't use fentanyl, correct?
Yes.
And you tell them meth, heroin, maybe a few oxys here and there, but I literally never dealt with fentanyl.
Correct.
That's true. Wasn't it?
Yes, correct.
Okay. One reason you didn't deal in fentanyl is you had a daughter who had some problems with fentanyl.
I had a couple of daughters.
You have a daughter, I'm sorry, she's not past tense. You still have your daughter.
She is doing great.
Yes, and I'm happy to hear that she had a problem with fentanyl.
She had a problem with heroin, and it turned into fentanyl, yes.
Yeah. And did you tell them she overdosed? I know she survived, but she overdosed, right?
My daughter has overdosed a couple of times.
All right. So fentanyl scared you.
Absolutely.
All right. But they tell you, hey, it's okay. You're not going to get any new charges until we push the button, correct?
Objection, Your Honor. Foundation on push the button.
It's sustained. I don't know what that means, Ms. Lewis.
Well, why don't you look at, let's look at the April 27th interview that we pulled up there
In the book?
in the book,
Or
yes.
You're going to pull it up?
No,
What one
we're
is
going
it?
to use the book. So we're going to go old school on these interviews.
Oh
There's
my
too many
gosh.
pages to ask poor
Where do I got to
Katie
go to?
to find them all.
You can help her, Ms. Lewis.
Thank you.
Thank you.
5:30, right?
Let's go to the first notebook. Interview 2. No, interview 1. Let's go to page 98. Well, actually, why don't you start reading here to yourself? Remember that now?
Yeah.
Okay. So they tell you in that interview, these new charges, none of them are going to go through until we push the button to make them go through. That's what they tell you.
Yes.
And they say, and we have Wasatch County prosecutor on board, and they're going to charge you, but we're going to help you out.
Yes.
All right. And you know, because drug court has not been going the most smooth, if you get kicked out of drug court, you're looking at potentially a lot of time.
Yes.
And you do not want that to happen.
No.
In fact, you tell them you want to get out of Utah, right?
Yes.
You want to go to Vegas
Yes.
because you have a fiance in Vegas.
Yes.
And in fact, because of your cooperation in this case, you've been allowed to do that, haven't you?
I was allowed to go visit him when I was in drug court as well.
After you started cooperating in this case, not before.
No, not true. I would have, Judge maybe would grant me time to go see him, but I had to let her know when and what time and the address and everything.
All right, so you're saying we're going to find on the docket that she let you go to Vegas before you started cooperating in this case? You're sure?
I do believe so.
Okay, well, we'll get back to that. Katie, can you check into that, please? All right, so they say, but we think you can, something to the effect, now I'm not saying word for word, but something to the effect, we think you can help us out. We want you to help us out. They tell you that in general, right? On April 27th.
Yes.
And they said, you know, we're going to give you some time to think about this and we'll be back.
Actually, I asked for the time to think about and process everything. I do believe I told him it's a
Why don't
lot
you
to
take a look?
process. Open it back up?
Yes,
To what page?
the end.
The end? Like the end?
No, the end of this section. Let's see, I don't. Right there. So weird.
So we're going to talk. We're going to talk.
Right?
Okay, yes.
Okay, so they're telling you you could be in trouble in drug court and you say that's gonna fucking kill me.
Right.
Say, all right, we're gonna give you some time to think about this. We'll come back. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So they just leave you sitting there 4, 5 days
Yes.
and you don't know what's going on, but you know you could be looking at a lot of prison time.
I just know this whole thing was a lot to process while you're incarcerated.
That's fair. But it's also true that you could be looking at a lot of prison time and you're very worried about it.
Altogether, yes.
Well, you call Nick Savage and you tell him you're very worried about it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I know I talked to Nick quite a bit.
And your daughter,
Yes.
Kelsey, is that right?
My daughter, yes.
Okay. So they come back on May 2nd. And they bring, it's Detective O'Driscoll, Detective Maynard, and they bring a DEA agent with them this time, right? Agent Sorensen.
There was another officer there, yes.
And you recall that he was with the Drug Enforcement Administration?
I'm pretty sure, yes.
So a federal agent.
Yes.
So this time they tell you, by the way, Carmen, you're not just possibly looking at 2 5-to-lifes and a 0 to 5 in state prison. You could be looking at federal prison, right?
Yes.
Because if you provided a drug to someone and someone died from that drug, that's a 20-year minimum mandatory in federal prison.
Objection, Your Honor, misstates the law.
It does not misstate the law.
Folks, you're gonna have to lay some foundation one way or the other, Ms. Lewis.
Right.
If you can rephrase about what her understanding was, I think we can get past this.
They told you that there is a federal charge you could be looking at.
Yes,
Distribution resulting in a death.
yes,
And that federal charge carries a minimum mandatory of 20 years in federal prison. They told you that day.
yes,
All right. They also tell you, don't worry, we're going to help you out. Right?
yes,
All right. So you tell them for the first time, which you also said here today, that, okay, yes, Kouri Richins contacted me. She said, I have an investor with back pain and could you get me some pills?
yes,
And you told them you thought that would maybe, you didn't know for sure what she wanted. She just asked for some pills to help with back pain.
yes,
And you thought maybe she meant muscle relaxants, maybe she meant some pain pills, you didn't know.
right.
All right. Wasn't fentanyl. She didn't ask for fentanyl.
Not at the time, no.
Okay. But you couldn't remember when that happened. Just couldn't remember, right?
I couldn't remember the exact dates, no.
Well, you told them all you remembered was there was a little bit of snow on the ground.
Yes,
And they're trying to help you pin down a date, but you say, you told them multiple times, I really don't know. There was snow on the ground.
really wasn't absolutely correct on the dates, no.
Okay. But you did tell them that, okay, yes, I reached out to Susan Kohler, my friend and coworker, and asked her for some pain pills.
Yes,
Not fentanyl,
no.
because Kouri didn't ask for fentanyl, correct?
Not at the time, no.
Okay, we'll get to that. And you were aware, I'm not sure if I'm right about this, were you aware that Susan had a friend who was selling some prescription oxycodone, excuse me?
Yes,
Okay, so you knew that Susan could get you some prescription pain pills.
yes,
All right, so you went to Susan and asked her to do that for you.
yes,
All right, but during that interview, you told the officers numerous times, I have been using drugs since I was 6th grade.
yes,
My brain is not that good.
correct,
I don't remember things.
yes.
You have a learning disability also, correct?
Yes,
Can you share what that is?
no, no.
Ms.
I would ask you to share what it is. That was a question, not a request. Sorry. I apologize, but it could be relevant.
Ms. Lewis. Ms. Lauber, if you would please answer the question.
Yes, I do have one.
And what,
is it?
It's not the highest education it's a low-grade education.
is that because you struggled in school because of your learning disability?
Yes,
All right. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. A lot of people have that.
right,
All right, so you go to Susan, and did you ask her for Roxy's, or did she tell you she could get Roxy's?
that's what she told me she could get,
Roxy's. And what are Roxy's?
like a hydrocodone pill.
Are they, and I'm asking, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Do you need you've got some water there?
Ms. Lewis, would you
Good.
pause for one moment? I apologize for interrupting. Carmen, when you dab your eyes, which you're allowed to do, you also cover your mouth.
Sorry.
Which blocks the sound. If you would just answer the last question again, and if you need Ms. Lewis to
Yeah,
restate
what
it,
was the
that's
question
okay.
again?
I'm not sure. So you said that Susan brought up the word Roxy's, not you?
She told me that's what she could get from her
Roxy's.
friend.
Okay, and what are Roxy's?
It is a pain pill. It's
Is
an
it
opiate.
I'm sorry, say that again.
It is a pain pill, it's an opiate.
It's not, is it oxycodone?
Yes.
What are Roxy 30s? Do you need a break?
Just for a sec.
Your Honor, we've been at this since about 12:30.
Yeah. Ms. Lewis, any objection to a short restroom break?
No,
This
no, Your
witness,
Honor.
of course, will not confer with anyone during the break.
That's fine.
Folks, please rise for the jury. Have a seat, please. Ms. Lauber, we're going to take a break. You're welcome to stretch your legs, use the restroom. Please don't talk to anybody about your testimony, okay? Thank you. Let's come back at 3:25. The court is in recess. Thank you.